Hello and welcome. This is Health and Wellbeing, and I am your host, Lois Samuel. Well, the rate of maternal mortality in Nigeria has become so alarming as maternal mortality is currently put at 512 per 100,000 births by the Ministry of Health. This is about the worst in the world. Meanwhile, latest statistics from the World Health Organization also reveals that Nigeria accounts for over 34% of global maternal deaths, while the lifetime risk of dying during pregnancy, childbirth, postpartum, or after an abortion for a Nigerian woman is 1 in 22, compared to 1 in 4,900 in developed countries. Sadly, many of these deaths are preventable with the right interventions during antenatal sessions at the health facility. And that is why expecting women are always advised to visit the healthcare facility when pregnant. In order to promote healthcare, women in Poikonkori. And so here's an interesting one. In order to promote healthcare, women in Poikonkori community formed clusters according to their wards, which is in Gwagwalada Area Council. Supported by USAID Breakthrough Action Nigeria, they are educated on safe health and maternal practices and also raise funds among themselves to support each other.
Under this tree at Poikonkori community in Gwagwalada Area Council, these women gather to network and discuss ways to support each other.
We learnt about mosquito nets and we were given to use it because of our little children. We were told that we shouldn't leave our children exposed to mosquito bites. We were also advised to take our children to the hospital when they are ill. When a woman gives birth and she's bleeding, we have been advised to rush her to the hospital for care.
The goal of Breakthrough Action Nigeria is to increase the practice of health behaviors, maternal, newborn, child health, tuberculosis, malaria behaviors. And then to achieve these, the project has different approaches. So for this approach is the women empowerment group approach. And the goal of the approach is to create a safe space for women to learn about their health and also in addition build their capacity economically, like empower themselves economically. So when they meet weekly, they discuss one health priority behavior and in addition contributes money. So a member of the group can request for loan to either start up a business or to support an existing business. So for FCT, the Women Empowerment Group approach, we started implementation of this Women Empowerment Group approach in February. So we identified facilitators, women that are proactive and would help mobilize also or to support the implementation of the approach. So we trained these women as the pilot group, like we call them facilitators, the facilitators group, and they were nurtured for 3 months. We nurtured these women for 3 months. After the 3 months, they went to their various communities and created their different groups. So for now, we started with just one group, that's the facilitators group, but now we have 18 groups with at least 15 members. When they meet weekly, they have three different types of contribution. The main contribution, the emergency, we call it emergency fund and social fund. So the emergency fund is basically for health needs, their immediate families, themselves or their immediate families. Then the social fund is for anything social, maybe a member's wedding or any social activity. So from the main contribution, a member can request for loan, but the only condition that it has to be for a business purpose, either to start up a new business or support an existing business. But for the emergency fund and okay, for the main contribution, when a member requests for loan, when the member is returning that money, it comes with interest. So as the different groups have their different percentage for interest. Then the emergency fund is basically for health purpose, for health needs, the member of the immediate family of the member. So, but that one doesn't have when they're paying back, they don't pay back with interest. So, but it's basically for health needs. So, when if a member is sick, or the immediate family of a member is sick, the member requests for loan. That's from the emergency fund. But then the social fund is just for social activities. Sometimes they use money from their social fund to support the community, to support the health facility. They purchase routine drugs to support their health facilities and their community. So
At this time, they are closing the meeting for the year and sharing the money contributed and the interest gathered during the year. They share what they plan to do with their funds.
Good day.
Meeting sai
As I have collected
kudina
this
na da
money,
na
I'll start
kwashe
a business
zan
with
yi
it.
business da shi.
Good afternoon, all. Thank you. May God make this money useful to us. I sell local black soap. I pray God multiplies it to be more than this.
Mun wuni lafiya.
Hope we had a good
Sannu.
day. I
Ni
am
Aisha
Aisha
Haruna.
Haruna.
To, na gode da
I'm
mitin
happy
da an
about
kafa
this
ɗin nan.
meeting. I pray that we will be
Allah ya kai mu
included
baɗi
again
kuma
next
da
year.
za a fara da mu kuma. To,
With this
kuɗin
money,
nan
I will
zan
make
yi maɗiɗi
madidi
da shi
and
ne.
sell.
Meeting nan da mun
May this
fara,
meeting that we have
Allah ya sa
started end
mu
well
gama
this
lafiya
year
mu
and
sake
start
wani.
afresh again successfully.
Ni
With
kudina da
this
na
money I have
kwashe
gotten,
zan
I
yi
will start
awara da
our
shi.
business.
It is a great experience, they say, one that enlightens them about their health and supports their social well-being.
The way this program really helped me in life is when I was in school back then, I was taught small in biology, some of the areas. But when I joined this program, I was being able to learn on how to first discuss with my husband how will I make or how will I even conceive first. When I conceived the pregnancy, I was taught on how to take care of the pregnancy, to be going to antenatal and let them check me up. After then, when I put to bed, I was taught on how to give my baby exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months to make sure the baby is very healthy. So, and I learned another one, which is how to take good care of my family on giving them very good varieties of food that like vegetarians, vitamins in order to keep them healthy. Seriously, before I was not doing anything, but as I come join this program, so I learned many. I just pick interest of going to start a small scale business, which is to buy shoe and sell. That's what I have in mind. Seriously, I want them to help this organization in terms of giving them medicine, like assisting those that are in need. In terms of going to hospital, I assist them to get free medicines because some of them cannot be able to afford some medicines. That's why they used to go to local herbalists and find medicines from.
This group, Women Empowerment, they brought a lot awareness to us, especially this our community, for the health line. Formerly, before the women empowerment, that's her schemata, for the antenatal issue, they don't used to go for antenatal like that. That is early when they are pregnant. Some of them they believe that early pregnancy they don't used to go for antenatal like that until when the pregnancy is like 7 months upwards. But due to this women empowerment that they brought introduced to us. So we gather them, we taught them about early in antenatal is very, very good. So when you get pregnancy, like 1 month, if you know that you miss your period, you have to go to a health facility so that they will check you I know the proper way to take care of the baby and you, the mother yourself. And the immunization side, they don't used to go to immunization like that because of some of them, when they just try it once, because of when they collect it, they say their baby used to disturb them, crying, leg will do swelling, they don't used to go like that. So we taught them, we tell them the importance of the immunization. Now they are really turning up to the immunization. Truly, for this Haske matter, me particularly, that is Rama Tobacco. I have never ever been in any organization in my life before, and I have never been doing something like business like that. But when I joined this Haske matter, truly with the small money that we used to gather in our group, I took loan there. I was the first person that collected loan there because they told us sitting down like this, depend on husband is not good. So we have to do something to help our husband and our family there entirely. So when I took that loan, I start with this liquid soap issue. I learn it. I now collect loan there to start the business. From there, from that liquid soap, when I start with the liquid soap, now I expand the business with the akara. I used to fry akara in my domot like that in the morning. So with the small interest I'm gaining, I buy agushi keep, that is millet keep to.
That's great.
Yes, that's I'm really enjoy. I'm really happy for this Haske matter.
Actually, this breakthrough helped me a lot. I know I have joined many programs, but it's not talking about health issue. It's just the program that will go and benefit some things. But this program helped me to know most things in my life, especially before we don't know what is skin to skin. We have poor and going to antenatal, immunization, but now there's improvement in our women going to antenatal. They know the importance of going to antenatal. This first-time meal, they know about it. We practice for the first-time meal. We're doing the practical and they are seeing, and it's very good. So it helps us a lot. Going to antenatal now, they are going. Even the health facility, they know that we are trying our best to encourage our women to antenatal and immunization. Even though they complain, even though they don't have money or they don't have something to do, we encourage them to do something as their own, especially women, to have something to do. That even though your husband did not give you money to antenatal, you can help support your husband. So this group help us a lot. Every Wednesday, I don't know, Wednesday, we always go to visit them. We see them before you come in, you see all the doctor, they are waiting for them to come for antenatal. And two, they are trying their best. It's just that we don't have more doctors there that we attend for them, because some emergency will happen in the night and a doctor will be in another different community. So to rush, we know the WDC are trying their best. Sometimes they will call the doctor from there. It's not easy from another community to this community to come and receive labor. It's not easy, but they are trying their best to see that, yes, they have helped women in the community.
I thank God for this group. Since they started during the raining season till now, we have not had any problem. May God take us to the time when we will start another cycle. I'm even happier than the women in the group. With what they have gotten this time around, I pray that next time it will be more than that.
At the healthcare facility at Poikonkore, there has been a significant increase in the number of women who come for antenatal care.
Actually, on their coming, they started with the trainings, like they were training them on how to sensitize community members on the how to take care of themselves, their children, and then to know about the well of their health and also their children.
Then to practice some of these health behaviors before we started this intervention. But because we're able to discuss, I mean, they're able to discuss these health behaviors during their meetings. So they now see the importance of practicing some of these health behaviors and also accessing health services at the health facilities.
Welcome back. That's an interesting and effective way of influencing women's health and behaviors. Now, talking maternal health, Ms. Blessing Olorunshola Busayo, who is a registered perioperative nurse with the National Hospital, joins us today to discuss maternal health and the importance of antenatal care. Ms. Blessing, you're welcome.
Thank you for having me.
And it's nice having you here. So let's go straight to our discussion. We're talking antenatal care.
Yes.
And most times I like to break it down for us. What is antenatal care in very layman's words where our audience will be able to understand better?
Okay. Antenatal care is a form of preventive health care that is rendered to pregnant women from the period where pregnancy has been discovered. And it consists of series of interventions, preventive interventions rendered to pregnant women during pregnancy. It involves counseling, health education, assessment, screening, and fetal and maternal monitoring during pregnancy in order to ensure safety of both the mother and the child.
Okay, so it's now no longer about just the mother, but also for the child as well. So why is it important that pregnant or expecting women attend antenatal care?
Okay, it is very important for pregnant women to attend antenatal care because it ensures safety of both the mother and the child.
Okay.
It also keeps in check proper monitoring and development of the child. It ensures that the mother is in a safe condition all through the period of pregnancy. It also gives opportunity for health education and counseling in order to identify any complication that might arise in the process of the pregnancy. Also, it gives room for proper planning and preparation to receive the baby.
Okay, so someone may decide to ask, when do I start going for antenatal care, and how many times does a mother or an expecting mother have to attend antenatal care before she gives birth?
Okay. The ideal thing is to go for antenatal care at the first trimester of pregnancy. That's within the first 3 months of pregnancy. So, and the visit is a total of 8 visits. That's the standard visits for antenatal care.
Okay. Okay. So I heard you spoke about different types of interventions that the mother would receive. And so I just want us to delve in more. I know that I've spoken to some people about antenatal care, and one of the things they say is you just go and dance in that place. That's all. So I just want you to tell us further, what are the kind of interventions that are carried out for and expecting mothers?
Okay. So there are various forms of intervention carried out for expectant mothers, like I said earlier. But on the first visit, that is within 4 to 6 weeks. By then, the pregnant woman comes to the hospital for her first visit, and then history taking is being ensured. History about the pregnancy, her last menstrual period, and every necessary information about her health are being taken note of. Then social history is also taken. Family history, is this her first pregnancy? How many children does she have? Her last menstrual period, and many other informations. Also counseling, you begin to counsel the woman about her nutrition, food to eat, what not to eat in pregnancy. Then you also counsel her about family planning. For example, if she's a woman who already has completed her family size, you need to counsel her about family planning in order to avoid maternal complications due to too much childbearing. So those are the necessary things that you need to inform the woman.
So you spoke about the kind of food that they eat.
Yes.
And you know that one is very critical, especially for people that like food like me. And so for pregnant mothers, what kinds of food are they advised to eat?
Okay. So for pregnant women, it is very important to ensure balanced diet during pregnancy, because two lives are involved here, the child and the mother. So it is generally advised that women feed well during pregnancy on balanced diet, most especially protein, vegetables, fruits, vitamins, and minerals. These are needed in high quality for proper growth and maturation of both the child and the mother.
So I just want us to dive. I don't think it's diverting any ways, but just in depth more. I've heard people talk about. I've heard people say if you know that you want to have children, whether now or in the future, even if you're not having children now, make sure you take a lot of folic acid. I just wanted to just give us a bit of information on the importance of folic acid for the woman and eventually how it affects her when she gets pregnant.
Okay, folic acid is very important in pregnancy because it contains some ions and minerals that helps in the maturation of the child. So, and it also helps to prevent genetic deformity and chromosomal abnormalities that might occur in pregnancy. Example is spina bifida, neural tube defect. Those folic acid and iron are being prescribed to pregnant women in order to prevent these complications.
But just calm down. So you just said some words that may seem a bit too big. Can you just break it down for us?
Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that there are some genetic disorders that can be prevented. In pregnancy. So those iron and folic acid that are being prescribed helps to prevent this genetic deformity. They are kind of diseases that happen naturally during child development.
Yes.
So, but those drugs, when being prescribed to the woman and she takes them, they help to prevent such complications.
Okay. So what kind of foods? Because I believe there's also some foods that contain folic acid. For people that will say, I don't like taking pills, what kind of food contain high levels of folic acid that women can take?
Okay. Folic acid is just like blood component. So it's good for her to take food that contains more of blood, like proteinous food, fish, milk, meat, protein. Then also vegetable and iron. Cereals are very good in pregnancy. They contain minerals that helps in child development.
Okay. So I'd like us to talk about what women should expect when they're coming for antenatal care, Just like the question I asked earlier, some people just say it's just about dancing. But for a woman, what are the things she should brace up her mind for when she's coming for antenatal care?
Okay, so as a woman, when coming for antenatal care, you should be prepared to get examined. Examination from head to toe, physical examination will be done on the woman. The self-breast examination will be explained to her, and also the abdomen will be palpated for presence of pregnancy. So also she should be prepared to give history, like I said earlier, history about the pregnancy, and all the necessary information should be released.
Okay. We'll go on a very short break now, but when we return, our discussion will continue. Just stay with us.
Hi everyone, here are some practical tips on what you should do to avoid breast cancer.
Examine your breast on your birthday of each month. For instance, if you're born on the 12th of May, examine your breast every 12th of each month. Get familiar with the shape, the sizes, and the textures of your breast and nipple. Don't forget to check your armpits for lumps.
Reduce the intake of fried foods. The oils used to fry many fried foods release chemicals that can be harmful to your body.
Eat lots of vegetables. This contains the nutrients that your body needs to help fight off diseases.
Tooth and gum diseases have been linked to cancer, memory loss, heart diseases, dementia, and stroke. Make sure you brush at least twice a day, especially before you go to bed. If you can, floss regularly and have your teeth checked at least once every year.
Reduce your exposure to toxins by minimizing your use of hairsprays and deodorants containing aluminum and leads as much as possible.
Avoid smoking.
Exercise regularly, at least 3 times a week.
If you have babies, make sure you breastfeed exclusively for at least 6 months.
As women, you should avoid placing your smartphone in your breast pocket or inside your bra. Some believe that this would emit high levels of radiation which could lead to breast cancer and other forms of cancer. Secondly, you should avoid or limit your intake of highly processed foods, aka junk foods, as they contain toxins that are harmful to the body.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. If you're just joining us, this is Health and Wellbeing on Astro Television, and I have been here with Nurse Blessing, and she's been giving us information on antenatal care and why it is important for women to, expecting mothers or expecting women to go for antenatal care. And so before we went to the break, I said I'd like us to talk more. There are things that women should look out for that I would say negative signs. So apart from just your regular antenatal visits, what signs should women or pregnant women look out for that will make them go to the hospital even before it's time for their antenatal visit?
Okay, so there are basic signs that should be looked out for in pregnancy. For example, one common one at time is show. The show is like a mucoid liquid that comes out of the vagina at time when the baby is about to come out. So that is a positive one. So when the woman sees it, that gives her a signal that the baby is about to come out. But other negative signs include bleeding. When the woman begins to bleed, or spotting, seeing little bits of discoloration or bloody substances coming out of her, that's an indication that she should go to the hospital to get checked. Also, severe abdominal pain that is not relieved by common analgesic or that is not relieved by rest, that shows that she should go to the hospital. Also, feeling tired, too tired and dizzy is also an indication that she should go for checkup.
Okay, so because I've had people that I have not been pregnant anyways, but I've had people that have been pregnant, and sometimes they say like sometimes you're just too tired, you just feel tired because you're pregnant. Isn't that like a normal thing that comes with pregnancy, like nausea and all of that?
Yes, it comes along with pregnancy, but when it becomes too frequent and it is not relieved by rest. In pregnancy, when you rest, after resting, when you wake up, you get more strengthened. But when you continually feel weak and tired, it might be an indication for malaria.
Okay.
You might need to go to the hospital to get tested for malaria and be treated, because malaria is more frequent in this part of the world, especially during pregnancy. So those are the signs.
Okay. So what home remedies for mothers, pregnant women, can they do just to keep themselves in check and stay healthy, that they don't necessarily have to go to the hospital for?
Okay, so home remedies, there are no specific home remedies, but they are just general health advice for women who are pregnant. Number one is that they should eat frequently, little meal at a time, more frequently, but little at a time.
Okay.
Because there's already fullness of the abdomen for them. So when they eat little at a time, it helps them to conserve their energy, and it also satisfies the fetus inside. Then another thing is adequate rest. They should have adequate rest at this period, because the child in them that is growing needs rest. And they also need strength. When they rest well, they gain strength in order to carry the pregnancy. Also, exercise is advisable. They should not just be at a particular point always. They should try to exercise their body, but not too much. But they should exercise their body.
Okay. So for women that are put on bed rest, let's even start, what kind of conditions would make for a woman to be put on bed rest? And then if you're on bed rest now, how do you meet up to this, these conditions of, okay, just moving your body and exercising? Because I know quite a number of people that put on bed rest. It's almost like you're there full time, not doing anything.
Yeah, bed rest is usually indicated in cases of threatened abortion. In a woman who is at risk of having abortion, such a woman is advised to stay on complete bed rest.
Okay, so let's just get it back. You know, our mentality about abortion, especially in this part of the world, is that it's the woman wanting to have an abortion. And so I'd just like you to break it down for us. If she wants to have an abortion, why should they have bed rest? Or is the abortion something like the child wanting to come out prematurely on its own?
Yes, abortion is the expulsion of a child before delivery, before the normal delivery time.
Yes.
So, and it can be intentional or non-intentional. It can be spontaneous or non-spontaneous.
Yes.
So, most times when a woman is, when we say a woman has threatened abortion, that means it is not by her own will. It is the baby wanting to come out before time.
Okay.
So that is why bed rest is advised at that stage.
Okay, so thank you very much. That explains it very well for us. Recently, I've seen advocacy for partners, male partners, follow their female partners for antenatal care. Why is this encouraged?
Yes, male partners following their female counterparts for antenatal care is very important and is being advocated for, especially in this part of the world, because it helps to give to give shared responsibility. It gives a sense of responsibility to the man also, that it's not just the woman who carries the pregnancy that takes all the responsibility in pregnancy, because it's a two-man thing. It's not the woman that gets herself impregnated. So also the man should take responsibility for the pregnancy. Also, it helps the man to understand the woman better in pregnancy, because during antenatal visits, education that are being given will also be given to the man. You know, there's sympathy is being expressed with both the man and the woman during pregnancy. The understanding is being shared among them, and also it helps them to prepare to receive their baby.
As well. And so, but I'd just like us to discuss this a little before we just round up. I've had people, especially like male colleagues and friends, be like, sometimes they follow their West for antenatal care, and how some of the nurses ask them, are you pregnant? Are you a woman? Why are you here? And so I see this actually discourages men from following their partners for antenatal care. Is there anything being done to make sure that nurses are enlightened better to let men come with their female partners?
Yes, there's increased awareness now on male participation in pregnancy, because it is very essential and it helps to see to the success of the pregnancy. Although there are so many factors that prevent men from attending antenatal, such as time at work. Most of them are usually busy at work. Some due to stigmatization, when they go there, they may not see their female, their male counterpart. So some women feel shy getting examined in the presence of the health worker and their husband. So some may feel they want to go alone, but it is very good for the husband to be there with the wife during the examination, because it gives a sense of responsibility, and also it helps to share the burden of pregnancy, not just the woman alone, because most times there are some reactions that the woman might express during pregnancy and the man might not understand. But if he attends antenatal care with her, he will be able to understand that, okay, these reactions are normal, and he will be able to support her during the process of pregnancy.
Okay, thank you very much, Nurse Blessing, for taking our time to be here with us. But before we round it up, we would always ask, what is your advice to pregnant women out there, most especially as it pertains to attending antenatal care?
Okay, so my advice to pregnant women out there is that they should embrace their pregnancy. Pregnancy is not a disease. They should accept the fact that they are pregnant, and they should accept every challenges and the good side of it that comes with pregnancy. They should try to see the good in it. They should seek for help when necessary. They should not keep anything they notice. They should not keep it to themselves. Then they should also get registered early at antenatal at the hospital. They should get registered early at the hospital so that they will be able to be checked. They will be checked from time to time. They will be able to monitor their pregnancy progress and identify any complications. And also, they'll be able to get better prepared to receive their baby.
Thank you very much, Nurse Blessing. We sincerely appreciate your presence on the program. Thank you very much. Well, that's how much we can take on the program today. Do remember that antenatal care benefits both the mother and the baby and also assists in screening, diagnosing, and managing the risk factors that may adversely affect the pregnant woman and the outcome of the pregnancy. Do keep it a date with us same time next week. I remain your host, Lois Apasambo, and I say do stay safe.